You're as cold as ice. That's what my body yells at me every single time I walk
Willing
outside.
to sacrifice my love.
Every single time. I told Miguel right before we went live. I've got eczema and my hands like suck. I went outside without gloves on for maybe 4 minutes,
Yeah,
and
eczema.
my hands were bleeding
Yeah, eczema.
straight up. So, what's going on, everybody? On that note, welcome back to Let's Talk Movies. I'm Brad.
I got eczema. I'm Miguel.
Eczema, eczema.
I'm kidding. I teased him for like since we've met on his hands.
Miguel
So
used to call me
he
cancer
knows.
hands because my hands were
No, I
so
did not.
like
Okay,
cracked
shut
and
up. No, that's not what I. That's not the word I called them. I called them crocodile hands. Called them crocodile
it's
fingers.
it's like
It
in
was
the X
always.
Files.
It was always a Cayman phrase that I went for with his hands. I never called him
the
cancer hands.
the main villain in the X Files, he's always smoking, and they call him the smoking man. And then Mulder calls him the cancer man because he ends up having lung cancer at one point. And it's funny. I'm like the smoking man. But hope y'all are doing well. Hope you're warm. It is cold as balls outside.
As you
In
can see,
the Commonwealth of Kentucky, as it is in many places. So we were talking about, what should we do next on Purely and Simply Evil? What should we what do we want to watch? What do we want to talk about? And we had a few people request doing Stanley Kubrick's The Shining, which is what brings us here to watching The Shining with you all right now. And there will be a Purely and Simply Evil episode to follow this. I've got to be upfront with you, and this may make people unsub from the channel, and it may kind of ruffle some feathers a little bit. I'm not the biggest fan of The Shining.
are you not? I thought you were.
It's okay. It's influential and it is extremely important. It really is 100%. But it's also not it's not my favorite. It's such a slow burn. Like, I appreciate a good slow burn horror film. I do. But this thing is just like, it crawls in certain points where I'm like, somebody please kill somebody. Like, dude, like, something needs to happen. And I understand it's supposed to be claustrophobic. It's supposed to be a slow, intimate, isolating movie with the, even the winter weather and things like that. It's supposed to make you feel as isolated as the Torrance family being up there at the overlook and things like that. I get it. And it's a film that is studied. If you ask, I guarantee you, if you polled Hollywood directors, most of them would name The Shining as being one of their biggest influences. And I would go as far as saying The Shining is not only it's not only one of the most important horror films ever made. I think it's one of the most important films ever made. Like, full stop, period. Like, end of sentence. And so I have a huge appreciation for it in that regard. And I do like I'm not saying I don't like the film. There are a lot of things I really do like about it. The whole Jack Nicholson's performance is absolutely stellar. It's just there are things that it really drags for me. Like, too much, in a sense.
Well, Dog, why are we watching this so late at night?
I know, and it's that's what I'm saying. It's really long. Yeah, Rosie said I overlooked a lot. See what yeah, I get it. I know, I fully accept that I'm in the minority on that. I get it, but it's just it's true, So we're gonna get into all of that too. This is gonna be probably one of the biggest Purely and Simply Evil episodes we've ever had.
I'd say the longest, if anything.
Yeah. So obviously, like, as you all know, Purely and Simply Evil on that show is where we will take a deep dive into it. This is just kind of the watch along to, get our feet wet and to revisit it, and to kind of share our thoughts, on the film beat by beat. But real quick, there's a couple people in the chat that I want to say hello to. We already said hey to Rosie. What's up, Rosie? Colton Candler. What's up, Colton? What up, dudes? Hope all is well. Hope all is well with you, my man. It was good to see you. We didn't get to hang out enough at Scarefest. I want to actually. That was the only bad thing about Scarefest, is we didn't get to hang out with people like we got to last year. Just because stuff didn't happen on the day, and we didn't, I don't know. But I want to hang out with people more.
It's not like it's the last Scarefest. We have many more to go to. So
no, they started guest announcements for it.
Oh, did they? What's the top dog dollar that we got right now?
I don't think there's many people at all. I don't know. Yeah, I'd have to look at the thing, but I think they've announced like one or two. But
okay.
And then Gory Tiger, what's going on, Gory?
Hello.
Yeah, there's always next year, man. We're gonna get to hang out with everybody next year. It'll be a good time. So, and it's weird because oddly we saw I think we saw the most people that we knew this year. You know what I mean?
Happens. Yeah.
But we didn't get to like actually sit and hang.
I mean, what is that? Is that our second year? I think that was our second year.
This was our third.
Third. Okay, I gotcha.
Yep.
Well, it's always the fourth, and I'm always excited for it. Again, there's going to be plenty more. I'm excited to see all of you.
It's going to be a good time. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into The Shining because this is a long haul. If you've never done a watch along with us or a live commentary, what we do is we are both paused at 0 minutes and 0 seconds. We're watching on YouTube. So if you want to get your copy ready, do your thing, you can get your copy ready. We're just pause it at 0 minutes, and then I'm going to say 3, 2, 1, play. When I say the word play, you're going to drop your pants to your ankles and then click play. You just do the click play part. You don't actually.
Anyways, I am on the Warner Bros. Picture right now, so
yeah, you don't have to. You don't have to do that.
Yeah, I don't have to do that because my pants are already off. So this
there you go. I'll tell you, I had to take a warm shower to even like do this. Like I was freezing. Yeah. I've been freezing. Even my dog, I go to let her out, and she's just like out the door, pee, and we're right back in. She doesn't want to stay out there at all. The low tonight, the wind chill is supposed to be like 15 below or something like that tonight. And then in the morning, like crazy. It's wild, man. Rosalie said, not in these temps, my friend. No, I don't blame you. I'll tell you, it sucks because I had to which I love snow, so it doesn't suck. But I shoveled my driveway yesterday, and I was like, this looks good. All right. I came out this morning, it was covered again. I was like, damn. So I had to go shovel it again. And I don't know. It was just.
Well, it's bad because the snow now it's gonna get frozen. Yep. So it's not gonna be comfy
snow. It's gonna be a solid sheet of ice.
Pretty much, yeah. So.
By the way, I told Miguel I haven't had a beer in a while. Cold snap, perfect for Sam Adams cold snap. Perfect because we are definitely in a cold snap. And I will say back to The Shining. One of the things I love about this movie is the winter feel. Like you feel very much like Misery, what we just talked about before. This feels very winter, snow, cold, and like that's part of the aesthetic of the film. Like that's part of what, that's part of what makes the film so good. So, let's go ahead and get into this. Again, we're at 0 minutes and 0 seconds. I'm going to say 3, 2, 1, play, and that is when you are going to click play. So, are you ready, John?
3, 2, 1, play. Are you ready, John? I'm ready.
I do that though. That's my thing.
Okay. Yeah, I'm ready.
Here we go. In 3, 2, 1, and play. Warner
now
Brothers,
the road has finally started.
The studio that wrecks franchises.
Oh,
not really.
He was mad the other day because 28 Days Later is supposed to be picked up by Warner Bros. And I had to tell him, I was like, Warner Bros. Actually, like, they have good products out there. They have good films.
They do. They
just can't do.
They make me nervous with 28 Days Later, though.
They
do.
I don't know. I would look at all their other projects that they have done that's similar to it, and then I make my guess there. Because I know Warner Bros. Is like in the spotlight because of DC, but that's not to say that they can't do a good job anywhere else. Let me see.
I'll tell you, I do like you have the Dies Irae thing, which is basically it's this melody that is supposed to be like it's Latin for Day of Wrath, so essentially it's supposed to be like judgment, wrath. It's chant, so it's like very early music in human history.
Bro, I love this shot though, man.
Yeah, use this theme that you're hearing to represent death and and darkness. So, which is pretty cool. A lot of films use it. It's also used in Friday the 13th Part 6.
Death and Taxes. That's all I gotta say.
Jason Lives. It's in one of the later Friday the 13th sequels, but I do like the opening a lot. The opening is fantastic, especially the very first shot of the camera panning across the water. That's a really really great shot. It is.
Yeah. Was this prior to drones?
Rosie said 28 degrees later. Brr. That's awesome.
Rosie, are you guys cold over there? Like, is it like what's the temp down there? Is that over here? I mean, it's decently better, I'd say. I had like I think around lunch, I like just popped like a mint gum, and when I walked outside
Uh-huh.
and took a breath, it literally, I ran out of breath. I was like,
Yeah.
after eating a mint gum, I was like, "Was that cold?"
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Diane
Listen to
Johnson.
this. Listen to this quote from Stanley Kubrick. There's something inherently wrong with the human personality. There's an evil side to it. One of the things that horror stories can do is show us the archetypes of the unconscious. We can see the dark side without having to confront it directly.
Mm.
I
All
like
things
that. That's pretty
considered,
cool.
that's a gorgeous hotel.
Oh yeah. It's a beautiful hotel. 100%.
Mhm. Yeah, I got an appointment with Mr. Allman. Is
Yeah.
that gonna be all right? I love Jack. He is so
Yeah.
good.
Jack Torrance or Jack Nicholson?
Jack Nicholson.
Yeah. He's great, man. And there's something like I'll tell you, even especially in this movie, there's
Hmm.
something even like him normal before he goes crazy. Like there's something kind of unsettling about him.
Hmm.
I don't know what it is. I've never been able to like put my finger on it. 3.5 hours.
Man, back when cars had some sort of personality. Look at all of them.
Mm-hmm.
Gorgeous, gorgeous automobiles.
Yes.
Man, what a thick sandwich.
You know, there's been a lot of talk about like the production of this film. Like I think,
Hmm.
you know, principal photography took a really long time. Um, you know, Shelley Duvall has said numerous times that Stanley Kubrick, there's like there are people that have said he was very abusive to her, but that he treated her again with the whole like method acting thing, not necessarily even on her part, but like he treated her like garbage purposely so that her performance would be like she was treated like garbage. Like on the verge of some verbal abuse type thing, like, you know,
That's like
like he was kind of
that's like method directing, right?
yeah, like super pushy, you know?
Yeah,
And like I think the script changed a whole lot. Like there's going to be a lot to dive into with the production side of this. Um,
I believe
you
it.
know, it's going to be a lot. Could you imagine him as a teacher, bro? What's up, Timothy? Said, what's up, everyone? 6 degrees here in East Tennessee. Yeah, man, we're not far from that at all.
Yeah.
Perfect movie for this weekend. Love everything about this movie and the novel as well.
Well, thanks, man.
Yeah, man. Glad you're here. Look at that, bro. Bro said.
So he used to be a school teacher.
Yep.
Now he's a writer, and he's applying to be a hotel manager,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Could you imagine that job? 25 miles of road on an average of 20 feet of snow a winter.
Yeah. Losing your mind.
Literally
Freezing
going
your ass.
crazy. Yeah. Yeah. Not losing your mind out of isolation and cold. Not trying to kill your entire
What
family
a
with an
interesting
axe.
what an interesting job to take, knowing his resume.
Yeah, yeah. Do you know what I mean? Like, even as the
Mhm.
Joker, before he turns into the Joker in Batman 89, like, there's something weirdly unsettling about him. And he can turn it on and off. Like, it's not like that in every single film. You know what I mean? But in
Mhm.
certain roles, there's just this weird, like, ugh. Like, I don't. Like, you can't feel him out. It's eerie.
What was Tim Burton's thought process whenever he hired Jack Nicholson?
Tim
Like
Burton?
what made him be like, yeah, that's a Joker.
I don't know. I'm not sure. I feel like I remember hearing that they considered Robert De Niro to play Jack Torrance, and either he had a conflict or he didn't want to do it, but he had said that the film really freaked him out, you know. Um, and then they also, I'm reading the background. They also wanted, tell me this wouldn't have worked. They wanted Robin Williams, whack, and also Harrison Ford. Bro, did everybody want Harrison Ford to do every movie? I feel like every single classic movie we talk about, they wanted Harrison Ford to be the lead.
I mean, he was a pop.
Literally every single movie.
He was a pop. He was a pop star. Not a pop star, but like he was popular.
Yeah. Gory said, did they reuse the footage from the beginning of Doctor Sleep? I believe so. I think they reused some of it. I'll tell you what. Again, super controversial. The Shining. I'm lukewarm. There are things I like. There are things I dislike. I absolutely adored Doctor Sleep. Doctor
You
Sleep
adore
is
a
one
lot.
of Doctor Sleep is one of my absolute favorite modern horror movies of all time. Like, I'm not. It's brilliant. I loved everything about Doctor Sleep. I thought it was great. Murder. The goofy thing.
Murder,
Murder.
murder. I love murder. Can you imagine Jack Nicholson after in that story? He's like, I love murder.
Yeah.
Okay.
Would it freak you out if you were getting a job and they're like, hey, so you're going to take care of this hotel for the wintertime? Like, you're going to be here alone. It's going to be cold. You're going to be super isolated for 3 months. Like, and also this horrible crime happened here however many years ago. Would it freak you out to be in the hotel, like, alone?
A little bit.
I think
But
it would me
if I
too.
was
I think
if
it, I
I
think it'd
was
be
like
weirdly eerie.
if I was Ullman, I would be thinking he said yes to that way too quick. You know what I mean?
Uh,
Yeah. That's a weird conversation to have with your wife.
Tony. I don't know. I think what I liked about Doctor Sleep so much is like it
Don't.
gives so like the biggest compliment I can give to the second film is that it made me appreciate this one so much more than I
Mhm.
ever did before. Like after watching Doctor Sleep, I went back and rewatched The Shining and was like, man, I was too hard on this. Like 100%. I used to not. I couldn't stand this movie. The first time I saw it, I was like, that sucked. And it's grown on me, and I've obviously my taste has changed, and I've gained more of an appreciation for it. But I was not a fan the first time I watched it.
So why is something wrong with? Is there like someone like struggling with this kid right now?
What do you mean?
Is this kid struggling with something right now? Is he sick or?
I forget why the doctor's there.
He had a cavity.
Were you abducted by aliens? Nosferatu.
Isn't this supposed to be Ewan McGregor in Doctor Sleep?
Yeah. I mean, obviously the kid's not Ewan McGregor, but
I know, but like in Doctor Sleep, he's supposed to play.
Yeah, Danny Lloyd. I wonder if Danny Lloyd did anything else. He was in a Oh, he had a cameo in Doctor Sleep. That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Bro didn't do much of anything else. The most interesting part, weirdly enough, one of the most interesting parts of the movie to me is Danny. It's not necessarily Jack. And everybody kind of globs onto Jack because Jack obviously is overtaken by the power of the hotel. But like the whole thing with Danny shining and having this like special ability to, I think, I don't know. It's what's the most, it's what's the most interesting to me.
Mm-hmm.
His whole psychic powers and he reads people's thoughts. He can speak to other people that shine. It's cool. It's pretty cool. Man, crap only Stephen King would ever think of. Who else would think of this stuff? Mm-hmm. That's such a big concept to like wrap your brain around,
Psychologically, there is.
Bro literally has psychic powers. I also like that the hotel, and they really dive into this in Doctor Sleep when Danny goes back and he says, I have to wake up the hotel. The hotel is almost like its own character. You know what I mean? And I think that's another thing that's like really, really, really special as well.
Yeah.
Austin's in the chat. What's up, Austin? Too, my favorite dude watching my favorite horror film of all time. Sweden's your favorite. It's awesome, man. Hey, everybody, leave it a like if you haven't already, by the way. Go ahead and do that. Bro, her cigarettes are like... I mean, good Lord, she's got to be like the Cruella de Vil thing where it's the long thing that sticks out of her mouth that the cigarette just like sticks in the end of it.
Well, I think back then cigarettes were like
Cruella de Vil.
It was okay for them to be very long.
Shelley Duvall smokes like a pill. I don't know what I'm saying.
A head. Okay, I was gonna say head injury.
Flick the cigarette. Good Lord, don't just leave all of that there. It annoys the crap out of me, man. Like, just flick it, man. Please. Yeah, I guess it does say Jack really isn't the greatest of dudes, anyways. Like missing his son's game because he was out drinking. Like you kind of he's not the greatest of dads, you know?
Like in the movie?
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. So Daniel was the one that hurt. No, sorry.
Yeah.
Jack was the one that hurt Danny.
Jack actually hurt him, and
Yeah.
any alcohol,
Alcohol.
Alcohol. There we go with those dope shots again.
Yep. Pretty sure half the budget was.
I
these
wonder
shots.
if this was a I wonder if because it wouldn't have been a drone. I wonder if it was a helicopter that they got these.
I believe it was.
I
mean, it had to.
Steady cam helicopter, you know.
I mean, let me see. When was this movie made? 1981? Yeah, that was 100% helicopter.
It was filmed in like 70, 78, 79.
Mm-hmm.
The year Halloween came out.
Like, he looks upset. He looks upset with everything right now.
Yeah, he looked irritated. That's what it is. It's like it's like he's always irritated. He's always like kind of on the verge of being angry.
Mm-hmm.
Like his brain is always somewhere else, you know?
Yeah.
I don't know. And just think they're driving. Like Jack will never leave the hotel again. You know?
Yeah.
After this. Like it's kind of creepy. It's eerie. Did you just hear that?
I know all about cannibalism.
No, did you hear my phone? My phone, Siri was like, like, calm
No, I did
down.
not hear that.
Just breathe, Siri.
Man, that soundtrack is awful.
Austin said, would you guys say this is better than Dr. Sleep?
Okay, I have not seen Dr. Sleep, so I apologize.
Austin, don't hate me. I like Dr. Sleep better. I do. I know it's crazy. I know. It sounds crazy. I admit it sounds crazy. I know, but I really love Dr. Sleep.
Mm-hmm.
As I said before, Dr. Sleep made me appreciate The Shining way more than I ever did before.
Yeah.
You know, and I am a medium level fan of The Shining. I'm not like there are people who think this is the greatest film of all time, and like I'm not there.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I wouldn't say it's the greatest horror movie of all time. I think it's a damn good one, but I wouldn't say it's the greatest. Also, Gory said, smokes like a pill. Paul Mal Duvall. That is awesome. Oh my, I need that on a shirt. Paul Mal Duvall. That is awesome, dude. You get you need like the blue pack of Pall Mall. You need them like on a t-shirt like with her. That's awesome, man. Austin said it's okay. Okay, good. He said, I do think The Doctor Sleep is a better film, but this is still a perfect film. Both are in my top 5 favorite horror films. Yeah. I don't know. I just like the first time I saw The Shining, it didn't like blow me away. And I know I didn't have the context and like I was younger, so it didn't resonate with me in the way that it does now. But my wife is a huge fan of The Shining. She loves this movie. My wife loves this movie more than I love this movie. And we both saw Dr. Sleep, and as soon as we were done watching it, we were like, oh my God, that was really good. You know? So. Mm-hmm. You know, it's funny because the music is good, but like there's a lack of music. It's more of like a soundscape than it is a traditional score. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. There's music in it, but it's more like just weird, eerie sounds, which I guess kind of ties in with the whole telepathic thing too, like the power, not superpower, but the powers thing, and like Danny can like sense things and he can see the ghosts and he can communicate with other people that shine, things like that. Like it's the soundscape builds into that, you know?
No, I agree.
I think it's cool. I didn't even think about that. That's true. 2001: A Space Odyssey was Stanley Kubrick too, so he and that score is kind of whack too. Look how much gaudy wallpaper. Good lord. This was the time when wallpaper was like the thing.
That's very true.
I still remember wallpaper from when we were younger, though. Don't you?
Yeah, but we were at the tail end. Like people were starting to come out of that.
People
and
were
they wanted
taking
to
down
go.
the wallpaper when we
Yeah,
were younger.
people were taking them down.
And like the mid to late 90s. Rosie said this is top 10. I would struggle to put this in my top 10 favorite horror films. I would really struggle to. That's pretty dope. Who trims that?
Yeah, right.
Who goes out and trims
Jack Nicholson
that maze?
now.
Well, yeah.
I mean, like I said, it's still a gorgeous hotel. It
Really is.
I would visit this.
Yeah.
Obviously in the winter. No, in summer. Sorry. Man, would love to drive that thing.
The Snow Cat.
Looks fun.
The Cold Room. The Cold Room is my favorite spot in the Overlook.
Yeah.
Poisonally. And I will say another thing about Dr. Sleep is they made the hotel look perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Like every last detail was incredible. Dick.
Richard.
Dick. You know, in his head, Dick is like, damn.
Yeah. No, I agree.
SBC said, I wish it would have been received better in 2019 because it was a damn good movie. Rose the Hat honestly is a scary villain and steals every scene she was in, and that baseball kid gives me chills. Oh, dude, when they kill the kid, sorry, Miguel, it is a bone-chilling scene, and she is a really good villain. A really good villain. Also, the dude from Fear the Walking Dead that plays Travis Manawa is in it, and he has a really good part too. Like, there's so many things about that movie that I really like, but the performances are incredible.
The biggest place I ever seen. I would have so much fun. If someone gave me free reign to that kitchen, I would have so much fun.
Like cooking or being dumb?
Cooking, yeah.
Hey, there's an idea. Austin said if you guys watch it, I would love to join. Dude, let's do it. 100%. We're probably going to do it next after this. Let's do it. I'm down.
Yeah.
100%.
Oh.
Lamb.
So good.
Lamb. Doc.
Suspicious.
The bro shines too.
Mm-hmm. Did you
He's a
say
good,
he shines?
wholesome dude, man. Yes, Dick shines.
So they have free reign to use all of that, correct?
Yep.
Man.
Be good. It'd be a good
Cream of wheat.
apocalypse shelter, you know.
That would be.
Minced clams. Wonderful.
That's pretty good.
Again, the music with the whole telepathic thing, like, you know. It's dope, man.
Yeah, so he does shine.
Yep. So they can connect telepathically. Yeah, only Stephen King would find a way to put a slasher movie in with a psychological thriller and also tie in like low-key superhero elements with it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And then they
Yeah.
tie in witches in part 2. So it's just like there's so much that ties into this one thing. Plus ghosts is like a haunting thing, you know? It's crazy.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Again, bro's like, I read his mind.
Well, it's like one of those things like it's so funny to us or so interesting to us because we're the ones that heard it.
Right. Yeah, yeah. I mean, that's what's so, you know, that's what's so like jarring about it as an audience member.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy.
Man, yeah, I couldn't imagine.
Just like a ghost hotel, huh?
No, he's a fucking kid. You think you'd know by now?
It's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm. Man, that's like it's so subtle. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And it never goes into like why is it that why can certain people why do certain people have the powers and others don't?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like I don't
Yeah.
at least I don't remember it. If it I don't think it ever dives into that, you know, like fully. Rosie said freaky stuff going on in that hotel, furries. Tony. And Danny is powerful. Like I believe Danny is one of the more powerful people that shines. Like
Is that so?
because even in Doctor Sleep, there's a point when he's facing the main villain, and she she senses how powerful Danny is, and she's like, "Oh wow!" Like you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like he's got a little bit extra something going on, you know.
But you're telling him.
They bond though, which is cool. Again, their relationship is one of my favorite things about the movie.
Mm-hmm. We'll play on words. I like that.
Mm-hmm.
There's something bad everywhere.
I'll tell you, the concept of Tony is kind of scary too, because like you had like Tony is just this supernatural entity that we know nothing about. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
like when he's sitting there like having conversations with this supernatural thing that you don't know, like I mean essentially a ghost. He's having a conversation with a ghost, and like we don't know, you know what I mean? Like it's kind of that kind of an eerie thing in and of itself. Like that feels like it could be its own movie in and of itself. But then of course you have like, you know, you have the other elements of it too. It's a very loaded story. There's a lot of moving pieces to it, you know. But I think
Yeah.
that I mean, do you think that's one of the things that makes it so like sophisticated and so interesting, and like why people study this film so much is because
Because of the
there's
layers
so
that this
many
film gives.
yeah, there's so many layers to it.
Mm-hmm.
It's like an onion. Onions have layers. Rosie said I
What
used
do
to freak out my little brothers with the Tony finger. Tony.
Oh, the oh dear.
Bad rum.
Stay out of 237. What does that mean, sir?
What? Beautiful.
Man, barren.
Beautiful.
I would want something small. If I was out there in a desolate place by myself, I would want something small, not something this massive. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah,
You
and I
leave
think that's part
room
of
for like
that's
something,
yep.
I don't
That's
know.
part of what's I there's a name for that. What's the fear of like open spaces? Uh um agoraphobia?
I don't know.
Agoraphobia. Yeah, it's like spaces that are big, you know. And even these shots, again, these shots, this is one of the things I love about the film is you see Danny riding around the hotel and you get like the breaking of sound where he's on the rug and then he's on the floor and then he's on the rug and then he's on the hardwood and then he's on a rug and then he's on the hardwood and you hear it again. Like
Mm-hmm.
it's him riding around the hotel, you get the sense of how big it is. And part of the what makes the film scary is the vastness, like the bigness. I know that's not really a word, but like how large the space is, you know. And it's
Mm-hmm.
like
Yeah.
even though it's supernatural and it's dealing with like ghosts and like supernatural things, like it's still like it leaves you like, man, like what is around the corner, what's in this room, like, you know. Yeah, it's super effective. Bro, you better get up. She just made you a full-on breakfast.
Bro, with access in that kitchen, yeah, I'd say so.
11:30. 11:30.
Hey, bro, I will go at like fucking 12:30 today.
I haven't slept till 11:30 probably since high school.
Are
I'm
you
going to be
serious?
honest with you. I'm dead serious. We were in high school the last time. I probably would have slept till 11:30.
A month in, and he hasn't done any writing.
I don't know. He treats her like she's dumb and she supports him like she's, you know, she really tries to support him and be whatever, and he's just kind of like, even the way he looked at her right then where he's just like, sure, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
like it's just very like, shut up, you don't know what you're talking about, you know. Stop smacking the egg yolk like that, bro. It's like,
Okay, coming from the person in the fucking Christmas vacation video, you were smacking on those fucking Hershey Kisses for like an hour and a half. Yes.
yeah.
Everyone smacks the lip on something they enjoy, I guess.
Yeah. Rosie said, I would love to have to run a hotel. Gory said, a haunted hotel? That's the kicker. It's a haunted hotel. Like,
if this place was like big, like if it had cameras, I feel like he wouldn't want to do that. You know what I mean?
oh, yeah. Bro, it was the late 70s, early 80s. There ain't no cameras.
Mm-hmm. So the snowstorm hasn't shown up yet. So as of right now, they could leave at any point in time.
Yes.
Man,
the storm has
can you
not.
imagine going through this maze?
I would be. I wouldn't. Nope.
Yeah.
I'm not. I can do corn mazes, but like that freaks me out because you can't walk through. If worse comes to worse, you could walk through corn and get out. That you ain't walking through that. That's a bush.
Mm-hmm.
Like that is a full on hedge. Like the scene at the end of Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire where they're running through and Cedric dies and they get teleported to the Voldemort thing.
Spoiler.
And, whatever.
I don't know. This looks like a lot of fun, at least to me.
Yeah. Timothy said, one of my first memories of getting scared by a movie. Had a buddy spend the night when we were kids and my dad rented the VHS not knowing exactly how scary it gets and history was made. That is awesome, dude. That is an awesome story. That's a great way to be introduced to this. Do you remember, Miguel? We were at a sleepover one night, Miguel and I, when we were probably freshmen or sophomores in high school, and we rented The Exorcist. Do you remember that?
Say it again.
We had a buddy who Miguel and I had a buddy in high school who had a huge house and this whole decked out basement, and we were probably freshmen or sophomores. Remember when we rented The Exorcist that night? We all sat in the dark and watched The Exorcist.
Oh well, yeah.
That was fun.
Dude, that's wicked dick.
That's a freaky shot.
Yeah, like do they know they made it in the middle?
Yep.
Okay.
Freaky.
It's like the song is the soundtrack is like giving the idea that something bad's about to happen.
Yeah. Tuesday.
But then it's just only Tuesday. Yeah, this was funny.
Going up.
The last time Lance was like a month ago. Now it's just saying it's Tuesday. What's so special about fucking Tuesday? Uh-oh. That is way too much fruit cocktail. Why for 3 people?
That's a lot.
Yeah.
Man, the last two horror flicks we've watched have taken place in winter in Colorado.
It only fits. What about the 2 twins? Where are the twins?
I believe they're coming.
Twins. Twins.
Such a good shot.
Twins.
Absolutely incredible shots.
Twins. Where are you at? Oh, there's 237.
Yup.
Uh-oh.
There it be.
So did they talk about Danny and what films he's been in since The Shining?
Yeah, he hasn't been in much of anything at all. He had a
Uh,
he had a cameo as a spectator in Doctor Sleep, but that was it.
LOL.
Timothy said, "I had to be around 10, around 1996 when the VHS was still a thing. What are you all drinking tonight? Space Dust IPA. I'm debating on getting another one. I had Sam Adams Cold Snap.
Oh,
Unfiltered
I
and lively,
had
this crisp white ale gets a kick from bright blend of smooth spring spices. I like it. It's good.
me West
I dig it.
6 IPA, and
Space Dust IPA is good.
pretty good. 7% though.
I'm not big on on the West 6 one.
Are you
I
not?
like IPAs, but not that one. It's not my favorite.
I gotcha.
I like the zombie one too. Is it Zombie Dust or Zombie something? It's got the green zombie on the can. I'm gonna grab another beer. I'll be back. Give me just a second.
I definitely need some water. I was like 3 6 IPAs in since this movie started. Can't imagine spending my time writing my book in an empty hotel, that I'm supposed to be taken care of. It'd be frightening for me. It's eerie. It's eerie to me. So it seems like I don't know, just the way Jack just talks to her, it's just unsettling to me.
The way he talks to Wendy.
Yeah.
It's like he's better than her. Like she's just like she just gets in his way, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And like that's just so crappy. And she's too good to give it back to him,
Yeah.
And I know like that's part of it. It's starting to get to him already, Like I know that's part of it, but cheers.
Now you think you can handle that? I love Jack. Damn, that's rough.
Yeah. Yeah.
I could never say that to my wife. Sarah, just know I would never say that to you. I wouldn't have the balls to say that to you.
Yeah.
I hope you feel bad, Dick.
You almost get the sense there, the look on his face that he's like, what did I just do? And then he just snaps right back into it. You know what I mean? Like it's very weird.
Yeah. Oh, here's a snowstorm.
We really jumped to snow like quickly, man.
Real quick.
I don't know. There's something like, and it also makes you wonder, like, what about him could the hotel latch onto? Like, why was he weak enough that it could get inside of his head? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Freaky
like already,
shot.
like right there.
Freaky shot.
Like it's already latched onto him right there, and it's fully taken control.
Fully. Like it's there. It's it's already wrecking his mind. Like
It's
do you like how it
do
you like the flow of time, like the time jumps?
It seems like it wants to like just move to the shit of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
She can't make a call with anybody.
Yeah, I think the snow is like messing up the, you know.
Are these jobs still around? I'm just curious.
I don't know.
I know minus the losing your psychotic mind, but seems interesting. Could you imagine?
Over, over, over,
Over,
over,
over,
over, over, over, over, over. Roll over. Bend. Wait, what?
and over.
Yeah, Rosie said, I doubt they leave someone alone for months at a hotel. Yeah, I doubt that happens.
Do what?
Bro, they get snow in Colorado.
Yeah.
Like, Kentucky shuts down for like 4 inches. Like, they get 20 feet. Like, could you even imagine?
Mm-hmm.
Boom.
Yeah.
There's frickin' frack. Hello, Danny.
Hello, Danny.
Hello, father.
Hello, father. No, I'm good, G. Thank you, though.
Hell
Hey,
no.
hey, I'm just saying. No means no. Ever and ever.
That would be pretty traumatizing to see as a kid.
The twins?
Hmm?
The twins?
Well, to see that they were brutally murdered by their father with an axe, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty creepy. Scary stuff.
Yes, you should be. You should be. Mm.
Kid's a good actor. Gotta give him that. That's a tough
Yeah.
thing to do. It's also like as a spouse, wouldn't you feel weird that like your husband or wife literally never interacts with you or your son? Like
I mean,
I'm
yeah, but
surprised it takes
I'm
her as
guessing it's
long as
something
it
like
does to realize something is wrong.
for a teacher?
Huh?
For a teacher, is that what you said?
No, I'm surprised it takes Wendy so long to realize that like something is different, like something's wrong with him, you know.
Mm-hmm. Okay, Mom.
I said, look, ma, I ain't got no brains.
I ain't got no type.
Yes, Rosie, the twins have done conventions. I don't know what their names are, but I believe they've done conventions before. Bro, seeing your dad do that,
Yeah.
nah, and then give you that look,
Yeah.
hell no.
No, no, no.
Bro's just sitting in his robe and staring off into the void, like,
So does Doctor
you
Sleep
know.
talk about how Jack Nicholson was able to lose his mind so easily, or is that just not discussed?
I it's been a while since I watched it. I don't remember. He's not like something about it. It can latch onto him somehow. Like there's something about him that it can weasel its way into, you know.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's
And
what I was wondering, why it
it
didn't affect
for all
Danny
intents and
and his
purposes,
wife.
possesses him.
Yeah.
But like Danny can shine, so Danny senses it. Like Danny senses what the 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 ghost hotel is doing. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And like he senses the ghost, he senses the presence. You know, just like he can like telepathically communicate with, with Dick and with Tony, and it's just like it's interesting. Yeah, Rosie, that's a good point. It makes you wonder if because it seems like Wendy is always afraid of Jack. Oh,
That's why
sorry.
she never like really saw the change.
She never pushed him to be any different. She was always afraid to she was afraid to push back at all, or
Yeah.
to question him. Dad.
Fucking love that shit.
Pulls out a line of Coke. I love it. Bro, would it not freak you out if you walked in on your dad just staring off into nothingness, and then bro's looking at you and talking to you like,
In ever.
it's weird, eerie,
Like,
something just
like
weird and eerie.
that wouldn't be your dad. Like that wouldn't be my dad. Like,
The music pauses. You're waiting on his response.
Like, you hurt me. The fuck? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Yeah, Dad. In the whole world. Except throw an axe at you.
Literally, except try to bash your brains in. But
Yeah.
Danny
It's like,
boy!
I love the tension that builds into
Yeah.
like nothing.
That's an eerie scene, I gotta say.
Mm-hmm.
That's like you're in the belly of the beast. That's a good one.
That's very true.
I wonder if there's any significance to the pattern on the carpet and to the color choices, the red and orange and brown.
Yeah,
Because
that is
that,
interesting.
even that is kind of eerie in and of itself, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Creepy. Ball just friggin' rolled to him out of nowhere.
Sounds like the hotel wants to play fetch.
He's like, where'd that come from? The hotel's like, yes. The hotel, we are Venom. All of the ghosts, we are one.
Yeah.
Look, Ma.
I like the pattern. It'd be really fun, like doing what he did. You know, just driving a scooter around town, around the
Yeah.
building would be a lot of fun. Is this
You know,
237? Oh my god! It is
yeah,
237.
I've got that key. I've got a replica of the room 237 like hotel room key.
Oh,
It's
that's
pretty
cool.
dope. Yeah. It's somewhere. I don't know where. I'll have to. I've got the I've got a Crystal Lake one. It's a it's one of the cabin tags, Camp Crystal Lake, you know, Voorhees Road, you know.
Yeah.
So I've got one of them.
You know what I love the most right
I have
now?
a shiny one somewhere.
What I love the most is that Jack never touches the dial right now. It was always
No.
his wife working, always.
Yeah. Yeah, she's the only one that's ever doing anything.
Mm-hmm. Yep, exactly.
She's the one taking care of the hotel. It's hard to believe that you'd be dreaming that much and not waking up. You know?
Yeah. That's what possession does to you.
Drooled like
He's like, who the fuck are you?
he was freaking out. As soon as he made eye contact with her, he goes like, ugh. And he looks genuinely scared, like I think that's genuine. I think it flips back and forth. I don't think it's like 100%. It's not 100% like he's not himself, but he's not fully himself either. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I think there he's genuinely scared of the dream, and he's genuinely scared of what he saw. But it's still control. You know what I mean? It's still controlling him. Like
Yeah.
because he's not quite so hateful to her in that moment. You know what I mean?
No, and it's very different from how he acted. This is like the first time you have some sense of emotional
Like
ties with him and his wife.
Right. They're actually like a unit.
Mm-hmm.
Go pick a room. There's 40,000 of them you can pick from. Go find a room and go play.
He's like, Dad, you can never shine. Oh boy. Can you imagine the wife just like seeing all this? She's probably freaking the fuck out right now.
Could you imagine if he looked at her and said, "Don't go in room 236," and just turned around and walked away? Like, what that would be like for her?
Frightened.
And look, to be fair,
Bro. Yeah.
It's
You
creepy,
do your
man.
thing.
It does. I think part of what makes it so special, the film as a whole, is that it really does build tension well, and it's tension from the score. It's tension with. It's tension with. See, like right there, like he genuinely does look like no, you know. He looks concerned. It's just
Mm-hmm.
it's like a split personality flip flop between possessed Jack and normal Jack. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Um, but the film builds tension so well between the score, between thinking about it from Wendy's perspective, from Shelley Duvall's character, like. Could you imagine being her and like your son has this secret friend that he talks to and your husband low-key hates you and not low-key, high-key, like straight up he just throws at your face that he despises you all the time. And he's acting crazy and weird. You're already in this kind of big eerie space. Like for her, it's got to be a super, super mentally draining ordeal. You know what I mean?
No, I believe it.
Like Timothy says, Timothy, good lord, I can't speak. Timothy said, I remember being in like fourth grade toting around a copy of The Shining for personal reading time at school. Of course, I never finished it as a kid, but was well fascinated. Yeah, I tried to read it in high school. I don't think I ever finished it. I got like halfway
I
through.
did not read it.
Gory said, I never noticed that she's the only one. Bro, she's the only one who takes care of the hotel. Jack
Yeah.
doesn't ever do a single thing to do anything to take care of the hotel. 100%.
Freeloader is what he is. He's like
He's just a freeloader.
he's talking to the general manager. The hotel manager is like, "Yep,
Yeah.
this sounds perfect for my wife to do."
Bro said he would give his soul for a glass of beer.
Well, you're ready to tell that soul.
Those are the words of an alcoholic.
Boy, where the fuck you come from?
Lloyd. First of all, he already knows his name. Second of all, they already said they clear out all the alcohol for insurance purposes when everybody leaves for the winter. Like,
Can't you, Lloyd? Not too busy, are you?
you know what else is really creepy to think about? Tell me if anybody's thought of this. If Wendy were to walk in and see him, Jack would literally be sitting at the bar speaking to no one because he's speaking to a ghost.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me that's not wild. This film also does something interesting with Jack's character, and it lays the foundation. Like it just started laying the foundation there, but him saying he was always the best, and like acted like he's known Lloyd all this time, and then of course at the end of the film you see Jack in the picture, which is remade into photoshopped in The Walking Dead in Nick and Norman's Lexington, Kentucky, which is dope. Anyways, but you see Jack in the picture, and it's like, was Jack a ghost? Like, does that mean Jack is now like a part of the hotel? It's kind of an open ending question, philosophical thing,
Guess something I always wondered too, because like
Yeah,
is
it's up for
it's like one of
personal
those.
interpretation.
Well, it's like one of those things, at least in my head. It's like, you know how like there's old pictures of like people will talk about how Keanu Reeves is like a vampire because there's old pictures, like old 1600s pictures of like Keanu Reeves, but it's just similar people. It's like I sometimes I wonder if that's like the same thing that happened here, you know?
Yeah.
Like a kind of like a reincarnated ghost of whoever was there at the time of the hotel, and Jack just happened to be, one of the people in the hotel. It just happened to be, possessed
Right.
by, lookalike or doppelganger. That's at least what I thought in my hand.
Yeah. You know what's funny too is Stephen King absolutely like for as much as this movie is um for as much as this movie is like is revered and is absolutely adored and studied and picked over.
Hmm.
Stephen King loathes this movie. He
Yeah.
absolutely hates this movie.
Do you feel like this is Jack Nicholson talking to the devil?
It could be. I don't know if it's the devil. I think it's more. I think the ghost. I think it implies that the ghost in the hotel, and you really get this again. It dives into it more in Doctor Sleep. You get this sense that the ghost once you become once your ghost belongs to the hotel. It like I said before, it's like the hotel is its own character. Like the ghosts are part of this interconnected web that is the Overlook Hotel. It's not
Hmm.
like a part of it. When you're in that picture of everybody, the black and white picture at the end of the ball, like you're now a part of the hotel. The hotel owns you. It owns your soul. It owns your ghost. It owns your presence. Like, so that's kind of, you know, it's,
Yeah.
I don't know. And where is Danny right now? You left him
Where the
alone?
fuck did that come from? Oh boy. Man, whatever happened to those news intros? So iconic.
Ba
Good evening,
ba
Uncle
ba
Mugler.
ba do 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 do.
I don't know about you. I can't watch TV and still look at my fucking hooves on the side of the TV. I don't know why people enjoy doing that. It's not for me. My feet have to be out of
My
the way.
hooves. My
It's not
hooves.
for me.
That's
Just
fucking
saying.
awesome. That's awesome.
No offense to
My
to,
hooves.
to
The
Richard,
governor.
but
Uh,
I love his poster above him. I love his poster
by
on top of the TV.
yeah, man, that's dope. By the way, have you seen the weather for Kentucky this week, bro? All of this
Is it
snow is
raining?
supposed to melt, and then we're supposed to get like 4 inches of rain. They're talking about like insane flooding by Friday.
There's no raining.
Bro sees what's going on at the Overlook. Do you think working at the Overlook, like he can sense the ghosts and things like that too? Like surely if
Yeah,
Danny can, he can, right? Like
yeah, I
he
believe
sees
it.
things too. I think part of why I didn't dig this film the first time I saw it as a kid is I didn't quite understand it. Like I think I just didn't. I don't think
Did
I
you not
dug deep
feel?
enough to understand it. You know,
Did you not feel the connection between Richard and Danny?
not necessarily. I mean, I knew like on surface level, but I didn't think about like the actual like context of that. You know,
Yeah,
this chick rules. She is. creepy AF. Also has a baller cameo in Doctor Sleep.
Also has a cameo in Ready Player One. Okay. Have you ever seen that movie?
I have not.
Okay, it's pretty much it has it like there's a like a 20-30 minute scene of purely The Shining. Like this whole scene right here,
Yeah.
pretty much from it's pretty much like alluded to in Ready Player One, which is cool.
That's a huge bathroom.
That's a gorgeous bathroom.
Like the toilet literally has its own like small area.
Uh-huh. I don't like the fact that the toilet doesn't have like the top.
The back.
Yeah.
I know. Titties. Bro has the same facial expression as Danny. What would you be thinking? Like, naked chick straight up just stands up and like eyes you from across the room.
Well, you got to think right now, like he's already talked to like a ghost bartender, but who's behind a
Bro, we are
shelf full
full
of
frontal
ghost
right
beer.
now.
Yeah.
This movie
So for
literally
her
goes full
to,
frontal
so for him
nudity.
to see that and that smile too, ugh.
That's definitely that's a creeper smile.
Yeah.
I forgot this like full we go all the way. Like
No, yeah, I knew.
I mean I knew but I forgot about like there's I forget we see the whole forest going on like
Man, Jack looks so young. Just think that this Jack is no longer around. It's on the Lakers courtside eating chili cheese fries.
I know.
Who just got lifted from his ban from the Lakers.
Yeah. And it's weird because like yes there's like he's being seduced but it's like the hotel is seducing him. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I agree.
Like I think that's the deeper like subtext behind that moment is that the hotel is the one seducing him and like reeling him in, you know?
Creepy like this is at this point you're signing your soul away kind of moment. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And then you get the full picture. Whoo!
Like that would be frightening.
Ugh.
Did that frighten you when you first saw it?
Whack.
Yeah.
Nightmare fuel. Dude, in Doctor Sleep, they make her look so cool. Oh, because she's so much more decayed and like grimy. Oh, it's one of my favorite scenes in Doctor Sleep. So eerie. Bro, if that were me, if you looked in the mirror and saw that you were making out with that, I would like incinerate my body. Like I would just be like, just take me to the next life. Like I'm good. Like Timothy said, fire bathroom. As a kid up to this point, we were just playing around talking. Then this scene came on, and we were like, I don't know what to feel. Then parents fast forward this bit. Yeah. That's a good way to teenagers watching a nude scene or a sex scene. I don't know what to feel.
Here, I'll be right back, guys.
My body feels away. We are officially a little over halfway through this film. Jack. Jackalus. Nothing at all. But, excuse me. Good. It is like again. I think what makes the film so creepy is thinking of it from Wendy's perspective, because like that's where the psychological horror part of it comes in, because like yes, you have Jack losing his mind and you have Danny who's talking to the spirits and things like that, but like the unraveling of her fear and anxiety and insanity, like it's just like it's crazy, you know what I mean? And the fact that it's coming from your spouse, like that's the other thing. It's whack. You know? And he already is kind of degrading and makes her feel crazy as it is. Like, so to I don't know. Even right now, like she knows that Danny wouldn't do that to himself, and here's Jack, you know, trying to convince her, and you know, being whatever. It's just, it's nuts, man. And he can hear their thoughts, which is awesome. There it is.
Red rum.
Red rum. Red rum. Red rum. Like she's spiraling, and like very rightfully so.
Mm-hmm. I think at this point, the second she started mentioning like we need to leave,
Right.
the demonic is like, ugh.
And there it is.
Yeah.
Like I feel so bad for her.
Mm-hmm.
Like it took his issues and like magnified them. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like he was already kind of degrading towards her. He already kind of dismissed her anyways. But then like it's like it took that and made it tenfold, you know?
Yeah.
Which is where again, the hotel is its own character. It's smart. Like it knows how to get inside of someone, and it knows how to use
It
someone
wants
against
and needs.
themselves, you
Yeah.
know? And how do we to use them against the people behind you? I'm a Barbie world girl in a Barbie world. Hey, Barbie was pretty good. We watched it the other night. I'm gonna be real. I was very skeptical, but I actually thought it was. I was like, all right. This is
I'm
decent.
not surprised that you were. Yeah.
I was skeptical. I will say that.
Dick.
The storm.
these are probably the smartest cops in a lot of
Mm-hmm.
film history. See, I think right now, like he's already like a part of the hotel. You know what I mean?
Love this scene, man. What do you think? I mean, do you think Jack was always a part of the hotel, or do you think this is like it took him in after he died? It took him. He became a part of that larger, Well, like, what's your interpretation of the ending?
I think the hotel took him away.
That'll do her. Timothy said 10:20 p.m. Saturday night. Still have an hour of this bad boy left. Beers flowing. Good times, boy. Cheers. Absolutely, man. Name me a better way to spend a Saturday night.
And because he already sold his soul.
Yup. The
Yep.
house, the hotel, the greater being. Again, slowly reeling him in. Slowly giving him what he wants. See, pushing back, like when any part of Jack Torrance starts to push back against the Overlook, it pushes back even harder. You know what I mean?
I believe it. And Tim Burton saw this and he was like, "Yep, that's my Joker."
Yeah.
I wouldn't know.
You know what's funny about this scene
What?
is that if Wendy would have done that to him, he straight up maybe would have backhanded her. Like that's how angry he would have been. But
Yeah,
this
that's a
random ghost dude that he doesn't even know spills it on him, and he's just like, "Oh, it's okay. Like don't worry about it. He's being polite, he's being kind, whatever." Like all of this stuff, it's crazy.
You notice how he has a fresh batch of drinks now?
Yeah. Such an interesting scene.
Why is he getting more and more unhinged?
Because this is the murderer. This is
Mm-hmm.
the guy. That's why he recognizes his name. You know, slaughtered in a hallway via an axe.
At least not at this point in time, you know. This is prior to him becoming the caretaker.
Possibly, yeah. Or it's the hotel playing games, you know?
Mm-hmm. See, that's what gets me a little bit is because I don't know how long ago was that murder?
A while ago.
Yeah. Was that during this time period?
Possibly. And it makes you wonder, like, another interesting layer to that interaction is like I'm sorry we were kind of silent for a minute there, but it's like I wanted to there's two things that are interesting. A, him saying that he's always been the caretaker, that he's always been there, that Jack has always been the caretaker. But there's also this sense of like, is the hotel messing with him? Like does the hotel mess with the ghosts to keep that it's so strange, and it's such an interesting, that's why there's so much conversation, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
See? And it's like the hotel is trying to alert Jack, like it's the hotel is smart. It's extremely intelligent. This presence, this being that is the Overlook.
Mm-hmm. I think at this point, calm down, Mr. Grady.
we just
Calm
met
down,
there.
Jack. Calm down, Jack.
I forgot about that too. Wow, we twice in a row. Wow. Okay.
If you say it again, Jack, I know that came from your heart. Okay.
This is a very pivotal scene in the film for me, because I think this is the film. This is the moment where it uses this dude to to fully start to take control of Jack. Like, I think this marks
Mm-hmm.
the downward spiral of
Yeah.
Jack. You
No,
know
I
what I
agree.
mean?
Mm.
A rather
Naughty boy.
Naughty boy. He's naughty. He's naughty and filthy and disgusting.
You're talking about a child. Calm down.
Okay, but what? I don't mean in that context. What are you eating?
It's a Yasso bar.
A what?
It's an ice cream bar.
Creeps. Creepazoid. And see, that's where it's like, it's like the same kind of thing, you know?
It's almost as if like
It's like a parallel. It's like the same thing is happening again, like
mm-hmm,
history repeating itself.
mm-hmm. Okay, if you think about it, at the end, when Jack becomes, you know, a part of the hotel in the picture, he doesn't look like the caretaker.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
he's not dressed like the life of the party. So I think that it's taken. I think for the time being during this time period, the house goes after the caretakers. You know what I mean?
Right. Well, and also at this point, Oh, excuse me. At this point, the Overlook sees that Danny is a threat. He sees that Danny and what's his face shine. Dick, is that Dick? He sees that they shine. He sees that they're figuring it out, and it sees Danny as a threat, which is why it poses that, the old dude's like, I corrected them, and it's like implying to Jack he needs to correct them. When he's talking about Danny being a very naughty boy, like all that, like it's trying to plant the seed that like Danny is the problem. Something needs to be done about Danny. It's the mark of when Jack fully starts to lose it. That's creepy AF. Dude's a good actor, I gotta say.
Do you
Kid's
feel
a really
like
good actor?
Did the twins shine?
I don't know. I'm not sure. Possibly. I don't know if it ever implies that. I think an argument could be made for that. I think that'd be an interesting take.
Like at least one of them.
Yeah.
Danny took a back seat.
Yeah. And she left the radio on, so he's gonna hear it.
Do you feel like the the hotel manager was kind of in on the act?
I don't know about that.
Okay.
He's a good dude. He's one of my favorite characters.
Mm-hmm.
He knows. He knows. Our increments of time are getting smaller.
That's very true. Is he flying down there?
Yep.
It's a quick flight.
Yeah, it really was. Click, 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 click. Clickety, clickety, clickety. Dang, look at that fireplace. That's a huge fire.
Yeah. What a crummy snowstorm. Bro, can't even see the fucking runway.
I was just thinking the same thing.
He said,
how do you
that pilot straight up
that?
looked at that plane and he looked at that runway. He said, if it fits, it fits. That's straight up what he said.
It'd be like, his co-pilot's like, "Sir, that's grass." Bro's like, we wouldn't know.
Bro said, "Yeah, let me get an
All we
iOS
see is
approach to
white.
the fucking ground to anywhere." Dick Halloran. Bro, do you know that's one of the coaches from Rocky Balboa?
Huh?
That's Apollo Creed's coach.
Dude, it is, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah. That's Apollo Creed's coach,
I
who
have
then becomes
never noticed that.
Rocky Balboa's side
I
coach.
have
Yeah,
never noticed that. That is dope.
it's a pretty cool little tidbit.
I feel like if you're gonna live in Colorado, you have to be able to just be able to handle it. Like just do it, you know?
Like the snow.
Yeah, the winter.
Yeah, I thought you were gonna say like if you were in Colorado, you have to always have 4-wheel drive. It's like no, dude. If you know how to drive in the snow, you know how to drive in the snow. Like you wouldn't you like you'd be able to know like the terrain that you're driving in.
Yeah.
And I always get on people who it's like these people right here can't handle it. Like they just don't know how to drive in it. And it's really scary and sad seeing that because all it needs is one person who doesn't know how to do it and it can hurt a lot of
Just
people.
completely screw it up, yeah.
Yeah. Which is why I'm always proponent on like, when you have kids who have cars and the snow happens, let them have fun in an empty parking lot. Let them
Right.
know how to drive in the snow. Let them know how to like slide, skid, and
Yeah.
spin. That way they know what they're doing in the event they
Yeah.
have to drive in the snow. I'll tell you what, man. Like, bro.
Yeah.
Hey, Oct.
What's up, Oct?
Yeah,
285 days till Halloween.
it's true. But as I was saying, like I
Timothy said, Miguel, 1 to 10, how comfy is that blanket hoodie?
bro is like a straight up 15. It's really fun, dog.
Looks like
This
a
is
big ol'
like
hug.
it's a giant like hoodie snuggie. Like it really is. It's
Yeah.
comfy, dog. I love it. Catch me probably wearing this all winter long. I'm not gonna lie. Bro, was has it been Tony this entire time?
Possibly.
But yeah, man, for real though, like y'all learn how to drive in these wintry conditions because
Yeah.
snow, rain, similar but very different, and they can
Right.
cause a lot of havoc if you don't know how to drive in them.
See, this is where I feel like the movie drags a little bit. Like, I feel like we could have cut out like a couple of other things and like jumped into where we're getting into the action because like it's like I'm starting to lose focus now a little bit, you know.
Hmm.
But like I feel like it's 20 minutes too long. We could have saved a little bit of time off of this, and been fine.
Did you not like the? Did you not like Miss Torrance just skulking the place with a bat?
No, I mean this is where it starts to pick up and like we really like things start to nosedive from here. But
Hmm.
you know, I keep thinking about the British dude in the bathroom. Jack is a filthy, vile, disgusting, murderous being.
He said some wild shit, didn't he?
He really did. Using incredibly descriptive words to describe people. Here's where things get really interesting. Boom. Now, again, picture this. You're his spouse, and you're seeing that. Like, crazy.
Mm-hmm. It's like, wow, this is gonna be a shitty story.
Yeah.
Like, I'm guessing my husband is not a good novelist. Man.
It's kind of wild.
Yeah. Can you
In a way,
imagine this?
that scene is kind of like the big reveal for her, you know?
Mhm.
Like where she realizes, you know? Timothy said, "Heck yeah, man! Seen them around tonight, or thought about grabbing a couple for me and the wife. Thanks, bro. It does look comfortable. I gotta admit.
Oh, these? Yeah.
Yeah.
I bought one for my girlfriend Sierra, and I think last Christmas. And every now and then, whenever we know it's gonna get really cold, I'll show up at her place and show up at my place, and we'll both be wearing a snuggie, and we'll be like,
Yeah.
"We got it."
Bro said, "How do you like it?" Bro's like, "I don't want
Look
to
how
talk."
menacing he is.
Oh yeah. Very eerie, very menacing, very something supernatural about him. I hate to do this, but I gotta pee. I'll be right back.
There you go. Because you're lost for words. Like at this point, I probably would have went for a swing. I'd have been like, "Fuck it." Murder. I mean, if you were her, look, this would be worst case scenario, like biggest nightmare you could think of. Such such great acting. Fuck, at this point, his life might be at stake. Hmm. Bro, I really feel bad for her.
I do too. I've always felt bad for her and Danny both in this film. You know, I mean, he's so menacing.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not gonna hurt you. I'm not gonna hurt you. My life. He went.
Look at that. Jesus Christ.
It's so creepy, man. It's very very eerie.
Wendy.
Woody.
Oh, damn.
Oh,
Walking good too.
she did.
Yeah.
Now go down and start just wail on him, man.
Bro, like Jamie Lee Curtis could never. Final Girl, she's the best one.
Who's the best final girl? Not Laurie Strode.
Not Laurie Strode. Wendy is.
Bro, she had him foaming at the mouth. Like he is in concussion protocol.
Yeah. I think he's gonna stick him in the freezer.
Yeah, she puts him in the pantry.
Yeah. I hit it again.
Yep.
Not gonna lie, dumb bitch. Sorry, that was stupid. That was
Yeah.
really fucking stupid. You couldn't see that? He's got
Put that
plenty of
pin
rest.
back in.
Did he? Did you put the right pin back in?
I don't think she put the pin back in.
God damn it, open the door.
That's a great shot too. Bro, you told her you were going to bash her brains in. Like
That's true.
we can't just move on from that
You
topic.
can't really
like,
come back from that threat.
Yeah, we're already there. Wild. Why are you telling him your plan? Could you imagine? Could you imagine the sense of dread that you would feel knowing that he sabotaged every single way out of this situation?
Mm-hmm.
Could you imagine that? Like, your only play is to leave him locked in that pantry and survive until help comes for you. That's literally your only play.
You know how like your parents told you never to run with a knife?
Yeah.
The opposite.
Bro, carve that engine up.
Yeah. How much longer do they have?
A while.
That's pretty rough.
He's like, I'll sleep on potatoes.
He's got all the time in the world.
I know, right? Grady, Mr. Torrance. It's Mr. Disgusting and vile and gross and inhumane and terrible.
I love how he's eating. He's eating in there. Like,
It's Mr. Descriptive Words, adjective. Mr. Adjective. Isn't it interesting how we focus mainly on the villain in this movie? You know?
a little bit, yeah. I love how he said, I love how you can't do your fucking job.
Yeah. The hotel is like, bro, you literally had one job.
Mm-hmm.
Hi, look, you wanna go ride?
And others. That's interesting. To be fair, what was he talking about before? Like how what? You know what I mean?
That's
What was
true.
he talking about before? Like What were we talking about? This has, by the way, an 83% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Pretty good score.
93% audience score. Yeah, not bad. Honestly, I kind of expected it to be higher. Up, 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 up.
Did he straight up just like unlock the door?
The ghost unlocked the door. It's like Leo DiCaprio in that thing.
Oh, there it is. I'm not gonna lie, it'd be a lot of fun to be driving in that. It really would be a lot of fun.
That'd be kind of scary because you'd be doing it for miles, like miles and miles on end of nothing but that trees and snow and darkness.
Bro, knowing that I could like go anywhere I fucking want.
That's scary to me. Is there no heat inside of that thing? Good Lord.
I don't know. Is Tony supposed to be on his side?
Yeah, I think Tony's on his side.
Yeah. Red rum. Doesn't sound like it. Bro, you have the sharp edge in the wrong place. Thing.
I know, right?
I mean, the kid's a good actor.
He is. Could you imagine you're getting the most peaceful sleep of your life after you had to lock your husband in a pantry because you think he's going to harm you? Like,
only to find out, yeah.
Yeah, only to find out that your child is now standing over top of you with a knife about to write on the wall with your lipstick.
Mm-hmm.
That's a life. That's a journey. Like, that's something. You know?
Red rum. Red Robins. Rum. How long did it take you to know that he was talking about murder?
Murder? I'm going to be real. I remember my dad telling me what it meant.
Really? When did that happen?
And Tony is trying to warn him, obviously. Like, that's the meaning of this. You know what I mean? Like, Tony is trying to warn Danny that this is happening.
Yeah. But what gets me is that, Tony and Danny could have, full-blown conversations with one another, via the finger. But when it came to, telling Danny, hey, your daddy about to chop you up in little pieces, all you could say was, red rum.
Yeah. Yeah. Have you seen the BTS video of Jack Nicholson warming up for this scene?
Yeah.
He's he's jumping around and hitting himself, and he's like, murder at like he's trying to hype himself up. It's really creepy. I love the way he says that too. Wendy, I'm home.
I'm home.
It's so over the top, you know. He's so happy and like eerily calm and like.
Did he hurt his foot somewhere? Well, I mean, like in real life.
He I don't know, but he fell down the steps.
Okay. So iconic. I'm not gonna lie. This
It
whole
really
scene
is.
with Jack. Let me in. Why get close to the door?
I don't know, trying to get a jump on him, but she doesn't even try to get the jump on him because she screams the entire time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like she's screaming from the minute he starts doing it.
That's a pretty cool scene.
Here it is. I feel like I remember reading that was a nod to Johnny Carson.
So what?
That was a nod to Johnny Carson.
Wow. Here's Johnny.
Could you imagine he leans to the door and he just goes, yeah,
Red rum.
yeah, murder.
Dude, the fact that these like this building
This is when you
like,
attack him.
covered.
Stab him in the back right now. Like he has his head turned.
Make all the noise.
I know, that was really loud. That did not help your case at all. Like, he definitely heard that.
Mm-hmm. That said, from a logical standpoint, I would have killed my wife like immediately.
Yeah,
And
like
then
why leave
dealt
her
with
and then
whoever
go try
came.
to find your son?
Yeah. Johnny.
Benny, Benny, Benny and the Jets. I don't know why I just sang that.
Is she locked in the bathroom as if there's a gaping hole in the middle of the fucking
I know, right?
door?
Yeah. I don't know how there wasn't more of a connection between Dick and Danny for Dick to know what was going on. That like Jack had like finally like lost it.
Mm-hmm.
Like it feels to me like there was a disconnect
Hey,
there between the two
how'd
of
they
them
spell hello
that
for you?
should have happened. It just said HELLO. Why?
Okay. It was a weird spelling for me. I don't know why.
How did it spell it?
I don't know. It had way too many L's for some reason.
Mm.
Is it HELLO for you?
Yeah. It
Okay,
just said, it was just
it's
spelled normally.
HALLO.
Oh, now it says hello.
Yeah.
Huh.
Hello.
That's odd. Hello. Hello.
Anybody home? Here's Johnny.
Bro should have at least brought a gun. Like,
Well, he doesn't know exactly what's going on, you know?
I know, but he still obviously suspects something is wrong. You know? Like, he has no weapon whatsoever.
Poor Dick.
Poor
He gonna
Dick.
die. He gonna die.
Ugh. Hate it for him, man. I liked his character a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Even the look, and this is a testament to how good of an actor Jack Nicholson is. But like the moment after that happens, there's this instant like creepy look of satisfaction on his face. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Why give yourself away, like, bro? I don't know. The thing is, she's strong. Like, she's a strong character. I don't know why she acts so helpless at times. You know what I mean? Like, there are times she seems so like, oh, no, I can't do it. But like, she's a strong character. Like, she does strong things. You can do strong things, boo boo. Like, do it. You know?
Do you ever understand the
Weird.
pig?
Weird.
Was there any like insight on that? Or was it just
I'm
how
not
can we be
sure.
weird as fuck in the last 20 minutes?
I'm not sure.
Bro, Danny must be freezing right now.
Oh yeah. To be fair, there's quite a few different places you could hide inside of that hotel, and outside. Like, no, you can't technically go anywhere, but like, there's quite a few places you could hide.
Literally, the ghost of the hotel opened the lock for Jack. There's not to say that the hotel can be like, oh yeah, Danny's right here.
Yeah. I guess you're right. You couldn't hide anywhere because the ghost would somehow tell him. Because they'll assist him no matter what. You're right.
Yeah.
You're right. You're leaving tracks behind, kid.
I'm not gonna lie, this maze is frightening in the snow.
Yeah.
Bro, I love how like she's like
She's so far behind the curve.
so far behind. Yeah.
You know what I mean? She's way behind the curve of what's going on right now. Like, it's been 45 minutes since Jack Nicholson shoved all of those off of the thing. Like, probably longer than that.
Nah, don't worry. He'll be in the sequel.
It's a shame about him, man. He was a good character. And yes,
Yeah.
he is in the sequel, which is cool. I mean, it's obviously it's not him, but and it's like the ghosts are starting to reveal themselves to her.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? To like mess with her, I guess.
Because at the end of it, like even the twin sisters are in the hotel. You know, like they're a part of the hotel now.
Right. That's pretty dope.
Yeah.
That's a cool shot. I really like that a lot. And it's at the end of the movie where you really start to get an understanding of like how powerful the hotel is. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like you start to really understand like the gravity of the situation surrounding the hotel. Smart, Danny. Smart boy.
It's like all while Danny's having this whole like climactic like chase
I know,
scene, she's
right?
over here
She's
learning
still
more
like
about the
way
hotel.
behind the ball. Boom. Now that's an iconic shot. It's a dope shot. It really is. Incredibly iconic. And meaningful, like this is what this hotel will do to you, you know?
Mm-hmm.
The limp arguably makes this creepier too. I don't know, something about the way he moves, the way he limps along, and you know, it's creepy.
Well, you can see how more the limp is affecting him.
Right. Well, he's tired, you know what I mean? I mean, he may be possessed, but he's still human. He's still,
Yeah.
you know.
Which is why he dies in the maze.
Right. Yeah. Freezes to death. Bro, I would be terrified. Like, he's such a good character actor,
Mm-hmm.
Jack Nicholson. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
he can really make different characters come to life.
And I love how he can easily find his way out because he's
Yep,
a
because
smart
of the
boy.
tracks. He is. He does a really good job. This music choice too, the weird like dissonant strings with this like grinding shaky noise. It's very unsettling. It's very like like it's kind of cringy and kind of
Mm-hmm.
metallic sounding, you know? It adds another layer of like real depth to it.
Yeah.
There we go again. She runs like Jack Sparrow. You know?
Why'd you throw the knife?
Yeah, that knife would be. I would be hanging on to that thing. You might need it.
What sucks is like the hotel is possessing him to keep going, even though his body can't really go any further.
Right, his body can't sustain it, even though. Yeah. That's when he realizes he failed. They're getting away. Phew. And it makes you wonder, is that Jack or is that possessed Jack talking? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Is he begging for his life? Is it just the ghost trying to convince him? Like, what is it? There's so much to this film that makes you think. So much. And notice how he's not even using like real words anymore. It's just like, you can. If there weren't subtitles, you would barely even know. Other than Wendy, you would barely even really know what he's saying.
I always find that one kind of scary.
Yeah. Well, it's scary, but it's also a weird. I don't know. That's a weird transition for me. I don't necessarily understand why it cuts like that. Like, it's such a stark. I feel like there would have been a more artistic way to do
the brother
that.
died, dude. What the fuck more you want? How much more artistic do you want it?
I don't know. Interesting. And then, of course, we get the final iconic shot of the ballroom. And it's open for interpretation. I mean, I personally think it has something to do with, he is now a part of the Overlook. He is a part of the larger collection of ghosts. You know what I mean? All these people in the picture, the lady in the bathtub, the dude with the split skull, like all of these people belong to the Overlook now, and Jack is the latest in that group to belong to the Overlook. He even says when he sits down at the bar, when he's giving him the money or whatever, and the guy says your money's no good here, about like, he says about like, he would sell his soul for a glass of beer, like, boom, you know what I mean? There it is.
I agree.
The fact that he's in the picture, he is now part of the Overlook. He has sold his soul to it, and it's really interesting, man. There's a lot to break down with this one. But then you see the 1921, and it's like, but what? Like, was he always a ghost? Was like, it's really it's very hard to. I don't know. I think that's something we'll have to dive into a little bit more on the Purely and Simply Evil episode. It's like, what exactly did the ending mean?
Yeah. No, I agree.
I'll say this. It's a movie that I struggled with the first, for like the first few times I watched it. But I will say every single time I've watched it, and I've probably seen this movie 5-6 times throughout my life. Every time I watch it, I enjoy it a little bit more. It's just it's a long haul. Like, this is going to be an almost 2 hour and 40-minute stream by the time we get done with it. I mean, it is a slow burn, and it is a long haul, but it does a lot of things really, really well. So it's fun.
It definitely is, yeah. And by me a long haul, I mean, like, this is heavy. This is a heavy movie that consists of so many layers that we could take so many different turns and twists in our conversations. And I think even after watching the film, like, we'll have to like go on deep dives even more before we even were able to talk more about it. Next time we have this show. But I mean, boy, does this film?
It's a lot.
Yeah, agree.
So definitely be sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. We will have a Purely and Simply Evil episode about The Shining coming, and we're going to take a big old deep dive into the production and into some of the more metaphorical things, into the ending, into the characters. That's where we kind of take our real deep dive into it. So be sure to be on the lookout for that. Thank you all for joining us. This was a big stream, and you guys were moving in the chat. We'd love to see that. If you haven't already, please be sure to leave this one a like. If you're one of our Spotify listeners and you're listening on one of the podcast platforms, head on over to our YouTube channel and check that out. Like, I just dropped a new video today. We've got some standalone stuff here. It's just I understand some people just like to listen with the audio, but we have a good time here on the channel as well. The channel is kind of the YouTube channel is like our home base, for our Let's Talk Movies home base. But this is a fun one. It's a good movie. One of the most important horror films ever made. And as I said, every single time I watch it, I slowly appreciate it and enjoy it more and more. So we love you all. You can follow us on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and Threads at LTM Podcast KY. Our shows are up at the top. We've got Purely and Simply Evil, the Let's Talk Movies podcast, and Classics Revisited, which is our watch-along show. If you haven't joined the Let's Talk Movies Facebook group, you can type in Let's Talk Movies YouTube channel -community pages at the bottom of your screen right now into the Facebook app, and you will find that. We love you. Have an awesome rest of your weekend. Stay safe. Stay warm. And don't go to the Overlook Hotel and let it convince you to kill your family.
Don't get lost in the maze. That's my important advice for you.
Don't get lost in the maze. Don't turn into him. Solid choice. So, have an awesome rest of your night, guys, and we will talk to you soon. Peace out.
Peace out.